hadn't been living, y'all. I hadn't been living. I was existing. And that's the worst space to be in, is to just exist. Because all you're doing is existing and waiting, and your death date is just knocking at your door. Tomorrow's not promised to none of us. We got to get up and go after what we want today. Especially if you have kids. Mama, get up. Mama, get up. Mama, get up and shake yourself. The world is yours. It's all yours. Abundance is your birthright. Get up and do it. Get up now. Get up and live your life.
It don't even matter how long I'm gone. I've been on. Anyway, life's great, can't complain, but this industry's enough to drive them insane. When niggas get to moving different, that's when it raises suspicion. When they catch your attention, when they pushing your limits, listen. You just play the hand that you dealt, and you just hope and pray to God that you don't lose nobody else, and you just hope they stay the same while you increasing all your wealth. With recognition to God, you made a name for yourself, but...
So Michael was leaving for work this morning, and the maintenance man was clearing out an apartment, and somebody left behind. Yeah, so this morning the maintenance man was clearing out an apartment on our floor, and someone left behind this on their patio. And it, when I say y'all, it's like, okay, there's spider webs over there. I didn't see that part. It's super sturdy. Yeah, and it's a wicker chair. And I've been wanting something to sit out here on the patio. I want it too, but hey, what'll do? It's just me and the boys. But yeah, that was pretty dope. I don't know if I said it on here, but I've been saying I wanted to have some type of chair on the patio just to chill with the boys. Like, I wanted to set up like a little plaything for us to go out there, because our patio is not like how at Lakewood Hills. Remember Lakewood Hills, the patio was like spider central. No matter how much they came and sprayed, those spiders did not stop, because one, they wouldn't find, like, I don't know if you call it the hive, the hub of where they were at. So they just like overtook everybody's. They were natural in that area, and they just overtook everybody's balcony. But mine was terrible. Remember, they were like I would knock them all down and they would come right back the next day. So we never really went out there, because we're nobody trying to get bit by no spider. But out here, I don't know if it's because we're up so high, or the sun, the mountains, or the area, whatever. There's a few spiders here and there. But even in the winter time, it's like when it's not like super cold, it's nice out there and there's not bugs. Like you have like ladybugs and stuff like that, maybe like a moth or that stuff. There's bees and wasps. There's like wasp nest somewhere because I hear it, but it's not like close. But anywho, yeah, that's cool that we got a free chair, and it's a good chair. I just sprayed it down with some Lysol, and then I'm gonna wipe it down because there's like some spider webs on the side. Maybe you can pour some water on it and spray it again. You know me, I'm extra thorough. And then I just need to get a cushion, and boom, we have a chair to sit out there, because I like to sit out there sometimes at nighttime and look at the stars, or even during the day, because we have a really beautiful view. You wouldn't think so. I mean, it's the cars, but like you can see the mountains in the back, and the sky looks awesome in the morning. I've showed you guys numerous times. At least I thought I have, or I showed you on Instagram. Speaking of which, if you ain't following me on social media, especially Instagram, take your butt over there and subscribe. And follow over there for updates and all kinds of content. I'll be acting cutting up over there. You see more of my personality flourish, which I guess. But yeah, go follow there. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, y'all, if you're new here, please click the subscribe button and become part of the family. I talk about real stuff over here. I'm just a mom, single mom trying to make it. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying single mom, because I stayed single mom for so many years, and child, I'm not trying to be a single mom forever. I'm trying to be a housewife that makes money. I think that's the verbiage. I gotta think about it some more, because you gotta be real careful what you say. Be real careful what you say, and be intentional, because God be making stuff come to pass. But yeah, we got a chair. Exciting. Lonnie loves us. The maintenance man, he loves us. I'm so glad that I feel so safe here. I really do. All right, let me get some coffee. Question of the day. Do y'all follow the instructions to make y'all coffee, or do y'all just be freehanding it? Let me know. I just put the baby's boppy on to wash. I need to do the baby's laundry, and then I have a load of my own. Y'all, with doing this much laundry, I really try to stay on top of it, because if I don't, it'll just eat me alive. Next thing I know, this room, all the rooms is overflowing. I bring it downstairs, the laundry room overflowing. I'm so grateful to have a washer and dryer, y'all. That's one thing that when I move into any house, apartment, whatever, I have to have a washer and dryer, or there has to be a hookup that's not in a creepy old basement or attic. Preferably, I like it in the house, either in the bathroom or it's on a separate room, like off the kitchen. But anywhere has to have a washer and dryer. I have too many kids to be lugging all this stuff back and forth to laundromat. My mom was a freaking champ before we got ours. My mom was a champ because I can't even imagine how that process would go. And I don't have a car. No, thank you. Speaking of cars, I'm in Virginia. If any of you are in Virginia, do you know any programs that help you? Like if you're on welfare, like any programs that help you get a car? I know back home they had a program. I think they gave you like $900, or it was a program cost something. Like people donated cars to moms and stuff that was working, and single moms, like I said it again, but for transportation, because I'm gonna need a car out here. Nothing is close like that. Like I can order groceries, that's fine, but my kids still have doctor's appointments. I think I can ride jaunt for them though, but that would mean that if I'm working, that's gonna take even more time just to ride. It's like share a ride if y'all have it. The welfare comes, picks you up in the little van bus thing. It's gonna take more time, or I just would end up Ubering, which is an extra expense, which I'm not trying to have happen. So yeah, if y'all know any programs in Virginia, and I'm in Charlottesville, so in this area, so that's I think it's by Harrisonburg, Monticello. I don't really know the area. I just be talking like I do because from the groups I'm in. But yeah, because I need a car. Like, especially if I'm gonna go into work, I need reliable transportation. So let me know if y'all know anything. Y'all, I just had to show you because I found this dress, and I loved this dress when I had bought it. So I want to wear it again. So I'm wearing it today. But y'all, I just had to show y'all how I have my stuff laid out on this table, like my makeup and hair. So I'm up and dressed, as you can see, and I'm making I ain't making breakfast, I'm just getting something to eat, some sustenance. But before I start creating content for my social media pages, I wanted to share some gems with y'all. What was dropped in my spirit today by the good Lord is that we really need to become more consistent with rehearsing our victories, our past victories, and really giving ourselves credit, giving the Lord credit for where he's brought us from. Let me explain. I have been sitting sad because of my relationship ending, the life that I thought I was going to have, that I was trying to create for myself, wasn't happening, right? And the Lord just been dealing with me on multiple levels. But one of the things is, I look around, y'all. It ain't all zhuzhed up, y'all know it. I look around. If you've been following me for some time and you follow me over on social media, you know that a year ago I was in a place that became infested with roaches and mice. When I say infested, there was mice running across my ceiling, rats, rodent, whatever, big, like you could hear it, drop in, running across my ceilings in every room. I'd be in the bathroom and you hear squeaking through the walls. They were eating through the wall into my closet. I don't even know if I got that in depth with y'all about what was going on. Because when we went to move, my closet was filled with mouse droppings on the bottom where I had totes and bags stacked. Okay, so they broke through the wall. Infested with roaches in the bathrooms, the kitchen, no matter how many times I sprayed, how many times I had the exterminator. The exterminator was coming out twice a week. That's how bad it was. And it was just not, it was relentless. There was roaches in the hallway. It got to a point where roaches in the hallway. A year ago. So while yes, me and Michael decided to try this relationship thing out rather than have a friendship, a year ago I was in a roach infested place crying out to God, my kids deserve better. Sitting on my couch and a roach crawled up my leg, breaking down, crying about it. Like, how do I get out of this situation? I was applying for places. I was looking for places. I was willing to work 2 jobs. I was going hard, right? Me and Michael decided to make this, and I took a leap of faith and I came out here to Charlottesville. Wow, that was not, hey God, is this cool? I mean, I asked a little bit, but I look around, relationships dissolving. We're no longer together. But I still have the place that I prayed for. I said, Lord, I want a clean space. I want a safe place. I want space, and I want new, and I want to be able to decorate. I don't want to have to worry about something falling apart or old people old tenants issues happening. I don't want the floors and the cabinets falling apart. Look at my apartment, y'all. Look at my kitchen. Brand new cabinets. The apartment we lived in, the people had only been here not even 2 years. The building is only the building is 3 years old. We've been here for a year, well, almost a year. And the tenants before wasn't even here for the full 2 years. God answered my prayers. He answered my prayers. Now, while Michael was utilized as well to get here, to be that push to get here, God answered my prayers. So while I'm sad about the relationship dissolving, at the same time, it's like I'm learning in age that sadness and your feelings and your mental state when you're not, and then I'm not talking about mental health stuff, but I mean like your state, your emotional state without mental health issues is really dependent upon your perception and how you look at things. I was in here down bad, sad, crying, depressed. I mean, crying, it hurt my soul. Yeah, you grieve the loss of relationships. But then when I had the revelation, like, okay, this was an experience. This was a learning experience. I know I will never jump into something like this again in the manner that I did. My arm is hurting. But look what you got out of it. My prayer was answered. I have a clean and safe space for my kids. We don't worry about roaches and mice running across our feet, running across our walls. When I lay my head down at night, I feel safe. I live in a safe building. Not everyone has access to. It's a beautiful apartment. I have what I like to say one of the influencer apartments. Granted, I don't have the windows from the top to the bottom, but I live in an influencer place. I have a space to create. I always said, I was like, I want a space to create. I didn't have a kitchen that had nice cabinets or a nice sink or where I could make cooking videos or create in there or baking. I do now. And while the relationship is ending, I don't have an income from a job right at this moment, but I know that I'm going to be fine. I know that God's going to make a way, and I trust in that. So every day I can get up and I can take care of myself and I think positively. I was thinking like, dang, I don't got a job. I'm frantic. When you're frantic and you're panicking, you block your blessings. Because one, you can't even think clearly because you're frantic and you're panicking. Oh, child, this is for social media too. This is going to go on social media. But yeah, you're frantic and you don't know which way to go. You can't think clearly. It ain't just blocking the flow of blessings. You can't even think of anything to do to make it work. So I had to release that spirit that was holding me of panicking and being frantic. And I had to release it to God and say, God, I trust you. God, I don't know what I'm doing. God, I'm lost without you. God, I walked on my own and this is where I'm at. God, I need you to guide my steps. God, you got to get specific. God, I can't do this without you, because if I do this without you, I'm going to fall into another situation. I opened my journal from a year ago to the date when I had opened it. And I was talking about the same situations, the same feelings, the same emotions, the same wants and desires. How is it a year apart? And I probably could find something else that I wrote 2 years ago, the same thing. Why? Because I wasn't fully putting my trust in God. And when God was telling me to move and to do this, I wasn't doing it. Because I was too busy stuck in my head. There ain't no way that this can happen. Ain't no way it can happen like that. When God's saying, how you going to tell me what I can do when I created you? Child. So I had to get whooped. I've been taking these whoopings and these beatings, and I've been giving love and being pure and being light to people that aren't supposed to. I'm not going to say aren't supposed to get it. They ain't supposed to get it from me. It's not reciprocated. I pray for reciprocity. I wrote on my wall when I was at work, I think back in 2019, before I had my breakdown. It might have been after I had my breakdown. And I wrote, I want to write a book called Reciprocity. How I wrote that book is 2023, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. What? Is that 5 years? That's almost 5 years. That's 4 years, almost 5 years. I have not wrote a chapter in the book called Reciprocity. But you know what I have gained? I have gained experiences that give me material to write a book. This is a vlog within itself. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this separate. I think what I'm gonna start doing with YouTube is I got my vlogs and then I got my daily inspiration motivation where we gonna talk. We women, we here, we gonna talk because we deserve the lives that we desire. We deserve the lives that God would have for us. We deserve to walk in our abundance, our success, and our wealth, because abundance, success, and wealth is our birthright. God gives us gifts. He gives us talents. A lot of those come without repentance. But can you imagine if those gifts and talents were utilized under the direction and the leading of the Lord? Baby, you cannot fail. When you look at situations in your life that seem hard and like you ain't gonna make it, look up. God says look up for a reason. Because when you look up, you see possibility. When you look up, you see everything clearly. You see God. And when you see God, you know God can't fail. He said it. I can do anything but fail. So when you look up, that's why we told to look up. You see open sky. You see the heavens. You see the beautiful creation that God created. Look up. Get out your situation and look up. When you look up, you ain't crying. And if you cry, you cry in tears of joy because the Lord is showing you. Oh my goodness. He says, look up. Because that's where he's at. That's where his glory is at. That's where he's at. That's what we're supposed to aspire to. They be like, the sky is the limit. It's not. Because if the sky was the limit, what about the heavens? And when I say heavens, I mean heavens. Because it didn't just talk about one heaven in the Bible. Get into it. It didn't talk about one heaven in the Bible. Heavens. So how's sky the limit when we got heavens? Above. What Deuteronomy say? We above only, not beneath. Y'all don't have me start activating the faith that God put inside of me. Because one thing I tell you, when them seeds is planted, them seeds don't go nowhere. Listen, when you garden, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't got a green thumb, but when you garden, you plant seeds, even if them flowers and them plants die from lack of caring for it. If you start taking care of those plants, they could have died off, but you start taking care of them plants in that soil and tending to it. Don't them flowers and plants grow again when they nurtured right? How much more so us as humans, when God planted them? See, he said all it takes is the faith of a grain of a mustard seed. Did I say that right? Y'all know the scripture. If we at any point in our lives were implanted with seeds of faith, of the Lord, of the word, what makes you think when you start nurturing that thing that it ain't going to come out and be brought to fruition? That you ain't going to grow, that you ain't going to bear fruit. That's why the Bible says God's married to the backslider. You still his child, you still his wife, you still his husband. And that's not on no homosexuality tip. That's just what it is, because the spirit is a spirit. A spirit don't have sexuality. A spirit don't have gender. It's a spirit. Sometimes y'all be getting so deep and stuff, y'all be missing the message. Can't see the forest for the trees. Can't see the trees for the forest. Baby, let me tell you, there's a reason I started having this talk. Because listen, when I talk to y'all, I talk to myself. Ain't nothing I said to you that I don't need to hear. Ain't nothing I said to you that I didn't need to hear and that I didn't act upon and got to a better place, and then I'm sharing. My thing is, I hope you all are doing well. I didn't ram my mouth long enough. I need to go feed my babies and be a mother, because that's one thing I excel at, and that's one thing I know. I've always wanted to be a mother, from when I used to run away with my baby dolls and we went and built a new life, child. My imagination, I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to be a good mother, and that's what I'm going to be. And while the relationships with the fathers did not work out, I thank each and every one of them, because they gave me the biggest blessings. My children. My children are my legacy, my children. The seeds that they planted inside of me and I bared fruit with are my children. And now it's up to me to nurture them, because they are my garden and they will bloom. They will bloom. So that was the message for today. I hope it encouraged and inspired you. And if it did, drop a comment below. Child, if you got some encouragement, some inspiration from me, drop a link below. Send me the email. Send me the social media. Send it to me, baby. But I love y'all. I love y'all. My desire has always been on this channel is to connect with other mothers and other women that are just growing. It don't matter your age. Like I said, I have young girls and older that women that reach out to me, and we bust it up. We talk, and we communicate, and we become the best version of ourselves. Because I know what I'm here for. I've always been searching like, God, what am I supposed to do in my life? God, I don't got no time. I don't got this, that, the other. God said, use what's in your hands.
To each his own, I'm still good up in these streets. You need relevance, that sounds personal to me.